timing he has. He has some very strange fucking timings. Like... that is so unusual. Like, he's so, like, unbelievably fair with his attacks, I'm not expecting it. Are you okay, my man? That timing is so fucking ridiculously not unfair. I was about to say unfair because I'm used to that, but it isn't. What is unfair is the frame rate, like. Stand here, he's just gonna miss, yeah. I think we might do some Dark Souls 2ing on this one, actually. Lots of Dark Souls 2ing, actually. Oh, I'm stuck. Is he always gonna counter with the same move? What is this, Ishin? Okay, what? Excuse me. I'm just gonna say something later. That was the biggest misfight in this entire game so far. That was easily the worst fight in the game. The worst boss fight in the game. Even worse than the Kappa. Like... Wow. Okay, so you have a very solid setup to make a very interesting fight. Like... What is that? Like a... glaive wielding like samurai or like straw hat or something. You can give him such a sick moveset and thematic and everything that is on point, by the way. But the execution on his actual moves and the gameplay loop on that boss was incredibly like what is the word, outdated. Like I felt like I was watching playing versus some like really like shit low tier Dark Souls 2 boss or something. Like that's how that fight felt. That was so bad. Like he staggers too easily and you can strafe every single one of his attacks. That is... wow. I wanna say that I'm mad about this. But honestly, knowing how gimmicky the boss fights in this game have been, like I'm not exactly surprised that they missed the execution this badly when they create a fight that is like meant to be basically without gimmicks at all. But at the same time, I'm still sad about it. Like Taro's boss fight is probably the closest, well, story boss fight where like there is no gimmickry like almost at all, and you're supposed to just fight him normally. But even he had like the lantern mechanic that stunned him very frequently, as well as what was the other one? Like I used to stun him two different ways. Was it? What was the other way? Oh yeah, he had a weak spot somewhere, I think. Yeah, he had a weak spot like on his head or something, like that only broke once in the fight or something. And then the lantern that he was carrying on his neck as the corrupted version of himself. Yeah, he wasn't like an excellent fight or anything, but he is a good fight.
Yeah.
You know? I did enjoy that fight. And I would have enjoyed the fight a whole lot more if I wasn't tilted prior to that, as you can see if you go watch like the VOD of me fighting him. Like I gave him a lot worse credit than I should have. Just because the fucking fight earlier that I have also highlighted. That was like the first time in this game where I actually struggled on something like in a way that did not feel like fun challenge, but felt rather just incredibly like frustrating, like mind-numbing kind of challenge to learn. So I was going into that fight with a very like sour mindset, you know? So it ruined a whole lot of the fight. Man, I really wish that their execution on this fight was better, because the setup for what this fight is, the thematic, the music, the arena, all of that is totally on point for what this fight is. But just the execution of the moves, also the fucking performance, let's not even talk about that. Like the frame rate drops in this game when there's anything flashy with particles is easily the worst I have seen in any game ever. And I do not say that lightly either, by the way. Like, it is completely inexcusable. But like my frame rate right now, when I'm just walking around like here, is between like 75 and like 64 at lowest, I think, when I'm like turning here, you know? So, what is the excuse in this arena? That fucking enemy does like one of his like spirit throw attacks with his glaive, and then the frame rate literally cuts more than half. Like, you know how unplayable that is, right? Like, that is disgustingly bad. Like, they need to work on that bad. Now, it's not a problem for somebody that just has like, you know, 1k dropped on a GPU or something, obviously. Never gonna be a problem, but... Well, actually, even for those people, maybe sometimes, if they are just not utilizing the GPU properly, the game itself.
Many rang this bell on a journey of reflection, hoping to seek guidance from our ancestors. As our village struggled, Toshi found few answers here.
This was Toshi's love, right? We get his fear and then his love. But why was this his love?
Struggled,